Welcome, Kevin. If you'd like to take the field, please.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Yes, this is Kevin Grayson, and as Susan mentioned, I'm with NC State's IES group as well. I've just got one slide, so I'll make this very brief. We have a Department of Energy grant that we are charged with sharing with small to medium manufacturers across the state of North Carolina if you're doing manufacturing in North Carolina and if you have 500 employees or less. And this grant is designed to help you implement smart manufacturing solutions within your facility. And I don't have time to go through all the details, but if you're interested in this, there's the QR code that you see. There's also information on our website. You see down in the bottom left corner, the website domain there. So if you're interested in this smart manufacturing, it partially funds new smart manufacturing solutions, which is a very broad term, but it's a broad term, at least in this case, by design, in that it is intended to help lots of types of different solutions. So if you have a project in mind, or if you need us to help come out to the help by coming out to the plant and helping you identify something that may be covered by this grant, or at least partially covered by this grant, we'd be happy to come and make an on-site visit. So if you're interested in this, please go to the tag on the QR code there, or go to our website and get in contact with us, and you'll see an application to fill out. It's very short, and we'll come out and see you and get you started. So that's all I had, Susan. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin. And I'll also include these links in the email that comes out. That'll be coming out in the next day or two from our IES Zoom user account, so be on the lookout. With that, I'm happy to turn it over to Eric Taylor for today's presentation. Eric?
Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Kevin, for speaking on Smarter NC. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending this webinar, which will discuss supplier matching business tool for business growth and for North Carolina manufacturers. During this time, the topics that we'll discuss is who we are, North Carolina MEP, North Carolina State University Industry Expansion Solutions, why local sourcing, and why it is very important, and why it should be looked at as a tool to help your organization grow, and also help your organization sustain during hard times. Program overview, we'll discuss the programs, resources and takeaways, how you can participate, and then we'll have a Q&A at the end. All right. North Carolina University Industry Expansion Solutions expertise. These are areas that we work in. We've been around for well over 50 years, and we've been the North Carolina MEP for over 20 years. But this is what we are. This is our niche and how we help the manufacturing community. We deal with advanced manufacturing, technology adoption, business growth, innovation, and solution marketing solutions, cybersecurity and strategies, defense industry initiatives, energy and environmental solutions, grants, evaluations and research, instructional design services, leadership and organizational coaching, process optimization and training with industry, quality and management systems, supply chain optimization and supplier matching, and workplace health and safety. This is our link that's at the bottom, but these are the areas that we are experts in, that we try to help the North Carolina manufacturing community, so that we can sustain a healthy and strong manufacturing community that sustains through hard times and helps the nation's growth along with North Carolina's growth. Okay, on this slide right here, we have regional managers. We have regional managers that are staged throughout the state to help you with your manufacturing questions, or possible the projects that you may need to work on. You can talk to one of the regional managers and discuss what might be plaguing your organization or causing some that's an Achilles heel for your organization. And they can probably provide you, or more likely will provide you, a good, strong solution that can help your organization through whatever issues that you may have. All right. the North Carolina Manufacturing Extension Partnership. We also partner with other partners right here in North Carolina, where we have the Wilson College of Textile right here, North Carolina State University. We also Hangar 6, Polymer Centers of Excellence, UNC Charlotte, the Economic Development Partnership in North Carolina, and Manufacturing Solution Centers. We concentrate on other areas that can help supply chain resiliency, workforce development, and technology adoptions. IES administer federal NIST MEP in North Carolina. IES partners with private organizations, help create resources for network and support manufacturing. Okay, why local sourcing is important. Well over a year ago, we had the incident in Maryland where the ship crashed into the Francis Key Bridge and took out, destroyed that bridge, which caused a infrastructure problem within there because the Port of Baltimore is one of the bigger ports in the US. It also slowed down shipping and movement of materials into the country and exporting materials outside the country. We also had in the middle slide or the middle picture is a earthquake in Taiwan. Taiwan is a big technological country. And with those earthquakes, that slowed down some of the manufacturing, where we had some electronic manufacturing that was slowed down, that was being imported into the US and causing some problems there. To the far right, top right, there's the Baxter facility in North Carolina. When we had the hurricane last year, that facility was flooded. This is one of the biggest IV producing organizations in the United States. And when they went down to minimum production or shut down of production, that caused problems right there, where doctors had to perform emergency emergency operations or medical procedures versus elective surgeries, where they had to be shut down because they didn't have enough IV bags on hand to perform surgeries. The bottom left corner is back when the Suez Canal, it shows the shipping around the world. And basically when the Suez Canal had time, it was shut down because of a ship turned sideways in the canal. Also, how long it takes to ship from around the world. Then there is over in Chile, where you can see from satellite photos of where it has become a dumping ground for textiles, materials that have been dumped off there and left there, and it can be seen from above, and it causes problems where their landscape. Okay, why local sourcing? Changes in the changing supply chain landscape. You have globalization. Everybody deals with everybody in the world, where they have to move products and materials from point A to point B so that they can build in materials and also provide products for everyone out there. The COVID pandemic was a big slowdown for the growth of the supply chain, but it also there was some lessons learned from there. You have political unrest. When you have political unrest in country, there's uncertainty that happens within the supply chain and manufacturing community. Natural disasters, earthquake, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, you name it. If it's a natural disaster, that can shut down an operation or basically destroy a facility where you do not have that resource for that supplier or that manufacturer at that time. Tariffs, relationships, that is a very fluid situation right now, because tariffs are basically a tax paid on a material as when it comes into country, and it's a trickle-down effect on it, where the consumer end up paying the biggest cost on that right there. You have regulations. Some good regulations are very good for manufacturing, and some regulations can be thorn in the side for an organization, where it slows down manufacturing and can even prevent some things from being manufactured right here in the US. Brand perception, risk mitigation, those are two areas that has to be looked into. Why local sourcing works for organizations is because what it does is, what local sourcing does is it helps the organization. Excuse me real quick, I had a problem with my page. Leading to Stronger supply chain relationship, reduced costs, faster response, collaborations, and collaboration and flexibility, sustainability, community support, enthusiasm, and it will create resiliency. Why local sourcing in North Carolina? Establishments, you have over 11,000 establishment employment. You have over 471,000 employment number. Third highest in the state, GDP 16% in the state, and 3.7% in the nation, eighth in the nation, and first in the Southeast. We have everything from tortilla chips to computer chips that come through here for resourcing and going out to manufacturers and suppliers. All right, changes is in the supply chain and tariffs. Biggest thing that has happened over the last year, there has been changes in the supply chain, the way we source things, how we get our materials, and the biggest thing with tariffs that is affecting our country as far as suppliers and manufacturers is concerned. You have made in China items in alternate supply chains because we're having problems with resource and materials from China with the tariffs that slows down some of the processes, and then it's also the end cost that affects. How many suppliers do you need? This is one of the problems that happen when you have one supplier on hand, is that you have one supplier, and if their facility either goes out of business, if there's a possibility that their organization is I would say they have financial problems, or if their facility burns down or get destroyed, you have one supplier, and guess what? If that supplier is gone, guess what? You don't have no backups in that system, and then next thing you know, your organization is suffering because you do not have the suppliers on hand. If you have multiple suppliers, then you have a pot that you can pick from. Something that my father used to say to me, and I didn't listen to him in life. He says, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if that basket get crushed, then you don't have no eggs at all. So if you have multiple suppliers, you have that opportunity where you can reach out to all your suppliers and come back with more resources. And then with competition, sometimes it can also lower the cost of your overall products that you'll be producing. The importance of having multiple suppliers. This is something that affected my household right here. I have a 3-year-old son, and the biggest thing that happened in 2022 is there was the formula shortage. You had Abbott that had a recall due to bacterial contamination. Then we found out that their largest facility was being affected. Then it had some smaller facilities, and then there was a problem is that all facilities didn't produce everything, so then it was problems. It led to shortages, led to panic buying, significant drop in formula that was available. Production was halted for 4 months. And then the 2020 pandemic also had weakened the supply chain and global supply chain throughout the world. It caused increased parental stress. It prompted the federal actions, the Defense Production Act. There was temporary waivers where we were importing formula from other countries, which we would not normally allow because the requirements on how they produce their formula is not the same as how we produce our formula. We had adverse health effects. I can say that was a problem right there, because at this point we're taking formula in. My son was like hyperallergenic or something of the sort, where he could only have a certain type of formula, but we were taking whatever formula that could feed him, and then that caused him to have gas. So it caused adverse health effects, and then it was more issues of widespread stockouts where there was materials that was not available. Okay, this is what I was discussing earlier about the Baxter plant right here. It's located in North Cove in McDowell County. It's the largest manufacturing facility for IVs. Hurricane Helene caused significant flooding and damage to their facility. The closure resulted in a nationwide shortage of IV bags. Baxter International worked with local and state federal officials to restore operations, including temporary bridges to access the facility. By the end of January 2025, May 2025, the company announced that production had had pretty much returned to pre-hurricane levels, and materials were being pushed out at the same rate they were being pushed before. So it shows right there is if you have one facility in one location, that's also a bad idea because you may have one big problem right there where that facility shuts down and then you don't have nothing to rely back on right there, especially if it's critical for your organization to stay functional. All right, supplier matching program is the program that we use to help small and medium-sized manufacturers and suppliers basically meet a lot of problems that we have often with organizations is we operate in silos. We pretty much don't know who's in other counties, who's in other states, who's out there that produces the materials that we may need to go forth and produce our products and materials. This helps us get out of that bubble right there and basically where we can reach out to other organizations, find different suppliers that's not always overseas and definitely not over in another state or within the state. We can reach out to other folks, and with competition, sometimes it can reduce your cost. What the supplier matching program does for you, it helps you find a supplier or become a supplier. The process is an inquiry is received if you contact us by email or by one of our tools that that you can reach us through the IES site, MEP site, or just reach out to us. We're going to receive your inquiry. We're going to request forms reviewed. We're going to look over it. We're going to contact you, do a meeting, find out what your capabilities and capacities are, what you need, what your requirements are, and then we'll research and find qualified suppliers that's out there for you through the program. Connection match made, we do have those that happen. We have had success with those, but one of the areas that we do look at right there is trying to find an organization that fits your company's needs as best as possible, or vice versa, finding a supplier that to a manufacturer that can help. Sometimes there's matches, sometimes there's no matches, but overall it helps to find more out there than what it is that you might currently may not be access to. Additional information is short timeline involved throughout, and all inquiries are welcome. We have had everything from some food type materials to all the way up to major end items such as like maybe a torque wrench or something of the sort. Supplier matching is for existing and new industries. It's also for state and national opportunity. There's also federal opportunities that's out there with some of the federal agencies. It works for business to business, B2B. It helps with reshoring, especially with the tariffs. There's a lot of organizations that has knocked on our door and said, hey, we're having a problem because we can't afford the tariffs. We cannot afford to bring this product in from overseas. Is there any company right here in North Carolina that can produce this materials, or even in the US that can produce these materials that can help our organization? Becoming a supplier is not a hard process at all. All you have to do is just reach out to us. Large nationwide opportunities. There's a lot of things that come through, and we have been in North Carolina, we have been engaged multiple times in big projects that have that has helped other states and also has definitely helped North Carolina. We were one of the leading states for one project that had occurred in Oklahoma early 2024. Economical development helps your your local counties, your cities, your states become more out there where you're known about, where people can reach out to you and put more money into your pocket and help your local and state government and county and your economics be economical situation become better. Federal procurement, there's ways that you can federally procure materials for organizations in the federal government. Supplier matching. These are some of the federal procurement opportunities that's out there to organizations that have reached out on supplier matching program that need materials be made. One of the biggest things is all government agencies have to fall within the BABA, which is Build America, Buy America Act. You have the EPA, the Veterans Administration, Department of Transportation, NOAA, Department of Interior, USDA, Department of Energy, Department of Commerce, the International Trade Association, the Health and Human Services, Department of Treasury, and the Department of Defense have reached out to us in the past. Okay, this is what the supplier request forms looks like right here. It's very simple. Biggest information that's collected is description, reason, technical specifications, performance requirements, volume, pricing, packaging, and delivery and time frame. I would tell anybody basically lean forward as far as possible into resource materials when you know that you need those, because you don't want to be against the wall trying to receive materials when they're not available, and basically have a plan in effect to get them. I would tell any organization that use the supplier matching, be very detailed, be as detailed as possible when you're providing information on the supplier scouting, because the more detailed information is when we can find the best organization that fits your organization for trying to find those materials. Supplier matching, opportunity types. There's as you can see in the right-hand side of the screen, there has been opportunities for anything for sewn dog treat pouches, synthetic fibers, solar inverters, organizational yarns, coils for fan coils, you name it, they have come across our table, and we pretty much have try to reach out to organizations in North Carolina. If we don't know your organization exists and it's your first time here, please sign up for us. The scouting request can be niche or it can be broad. The sectors that are affected are B2B, B2C, business to business or business to consumer, food, textile, plastics, emerging sectors, and as I said before, Build America, Buy America, BABA. Is a big one because federal government requires that for procurement of products. Supplier matching numbers. These are our supplier matching numbers right here that we had. Nationally, there was 260 supplier opportunities out there. There was almost 17,000 possible matches. 260 of them were exact. Over 1,400 of them was partial matches and 6.5 matches per opportunity. Okay, in North Carolina, 1,000 manufacturers contacted, 600 new manufacturers, 25 exact matches, 30 partial matches. A lot of enthusiasm and interest has been in this program since it's been around for the last almost 2.5 years. On average, there has been $300,000 new sales and 10 jobs created and retained from this program. All right, manufacturing North Carolina. This is our homegrown database that we use right here to find our supplier, our supplier and manufacturers within North Carolina. If you reach out to us and you go ahead and set up a profile on this site, it allows your organization to be seen. It's a free website, so it works as free advertisement for your organization where anybody can look in and be able to find you directly through our website. And also it can be a tool that you use at your organization. Say you're looking for a supplier or a manufacturer out there, you can reach out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a guy who can produce this type of wrench with this type of material that's non-sparking or whatever the case may be. You can use this website and it helps. It's an online supplier database, company profiles, vetting process. It's free, open, searchable, inquiry requests, hands-on, and personal approach. Suppliers, when we're looking for our suppliers, this is where our search began. Our last stop is at Google. Once we start doing the Google, that pretty much helps us find those organizations, but it's not always a good tool to use because some information is not as accurate as it should be in the web. But if we have you in our manufacturer, North Carolina, and our sales force, we can reach out directly to your organization, call you or email you and let you know, hey, this supplier opportunity is out here, or this company is looking for this right here. Can your organization helps? We have also a new portion that is called manufacturer resources in there that has our logistical providers that may be trucking organization, warehouse organization. It's not on this actual page right here, but it's actually on our website that's on the far right next to the news column that has where if your organization provides support to manufacturing community or suppliers that's out there, you can actually plug in there and that can be seen for free also. So if a manufacturer is looking for a supplier that builds wooden crates or pallets, boom, you can reach out there and find that organization there also. All right, and this is our website for it right here. This is how you search. If you need to do a narrow down your search or get closer into the what you need to actually find as far as a supplier or manufacturer, you'll go into the left-hand column and you can narrow down your search by qualifications or materials that you need to find that can be utilized for the project that you're working on. To the right, we're using one of our example of our organizations here in North Carolina, and this is how the website will look when you find the organization. It tells what the organization's name. It also tells their location. It also gives their web address, also a email address for the organization, and it gives a detailed information of what the organization has put in the website to describe their organization and what they do. All right, resources. The North Carolina MEP site, that's where you can go to find out more information about this or reach out to us on this right here if you want to find a supplier or become a supplier. All right, takeaways. What this program does right here, it builds a domestic supply chain within North Carolina and throughout the United States where it can enhance and make it better than what it is currently. Entirety of the supply chain partners, we have local, state, and national partners that we can reach out to. We can reach out all the way across the United States to Portland, Oregon, or to Washington State. We have pretty much partners in every state. And the program is currently free to reach out to us. It's no cost at all. And business opportunities for North Carolina exist all the time. If we reach out to your organization, we're trying to help the economy right here in North Carolina and also put North Carolina on the map as one of the places that can produce the materials. How do you participate? As I said earlier, you can register, update a profile in manufacturing North Carolina. You can contact the regional manager from one of the early portions of the slides, and the regional manager that's within your county, that represents your county. Submit North Carolina MEP supplier request form. It'll go directly to my inbox or my counterpart Ken, and we would both work together to try to reach out to you, set up an appointment. More than likely, you'll be doing the meetings with me. And from that point forward, we pretty much find out what your organization needs and how we can help you. Check out our list of open opportunities that's on our website, and also spread the word. Word of mouth is a great tool right there where it can basically, if you're dealing with an organization and you let them know what's going on, they can check it out and they can help their organization be successful also. Okay, if you have any questions, right here is our emails to Kian and also myself, and you can reach out to the IES your regional managers to reach out to us, and any inquiries are welcome. And if you want to become part of the program, just reach out to us so we can set you up a profile in our manufacturing North Carolina, and also set you up in our sales force so we can reach out to you if we see an opportunity that can help your organization, or if we need to help another organization out there find a supplier or manufacturer. At this point, we'll go into questions.
Eric, thank you so much for this information. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording.